over here to a spot over here. We're going to delete an old septic tank and we're going to tie it into the city sewer line here right quick. I need to pull a truck over there somewhere, but I can look at that meter box back there. I can tell there was something else old here. So anytime you see stuff like that, automatically I know there's probably another old septic tank out here somewhere, concrete box under the ground. It's just waiting on somebody to drive over the top of it with something heavy to fall in. So I'm gonna have to regroup and figure out how I can get my stuff situated without going over there, or either go over there and find where that tank's at and stay the heck away from it. What we got here is an old septic system that's failed. This is an old town in St. Paul's. There's probably no telling how old this septic system is. It ain't been maintained like it's supposed to over the years as far as getting cleaned out. They've got city sewer out here now, so they're not going to let them tie back into a septic system, replace a septic system out here that you can tie into the sewer. So what we're going to do is just clean all this mess out here, and we're going to bust this septic tank up. We're going to cave it in, and we're going to fill this in with dirt, and we're going to tie into this plumbing line over here, and we're going to come back out, and we're going to go to the front of the property up there and tie it into the sewer line. I'm going to run around here and get the truck, and we're going to put this mess out. All right, so I came over here a couple weeks ago to help a client of mine, a friend, and I told her that this septic was, no good. It wasn't worth patching up. I couldn't really get the lid off of it because it had the big lids on the top of it like this right here. And when I tried to pick the lid up, I could tell the side of the tank was caving in right here on the side. So I told her I didn't want to try to pick it up and it fall down in the bottom of the tank, and then, you're going to have to try to cover the lid back up. So I just told her I couldn't clean all the stuff out of the septic tank. I would get the water down a little bit, to maybe get it where it can flush temporary, and then I would come back and we would tie it into that sewer line. So I brought the machine back out here this morning where I could pick the lids up off of there so that it didn't fall right down in there. And this is why I didn't want to pick it up. This is exactly why I said I can't pick the lid up. It'll fall down in the bottom of the tank. So I knew it was an old tank and it was homemade. And when you're messing around these old tanks like this, even when you just, you're just a pumper and you're just going there to clean them out, you got to be real careful on them old tanks because the top of that lid could be getting ready to cave in, and it's just sitting there with dirt on it. And while you or your helpers is out there on top of it trying to dig the tank up, it could cave in and y'all fall down in the top of it because you never know what's holding the edge of that lid up. And if that tank was to cave in, those lids right there, I guarantee you they weighed probably at least 350 pounds, or if not more. And if that thing falls on your neck down there, falls on you and pins you down up under the water, that's a pretty bad way to die. So any of them old tanks like that y'all digging up on top of, be worried about what could happen while you're standing on top of it with your shovel. You're walking on top of it, not really paying attention because that thing could be just about ready to drop. And it don't take much. You start moving dirt around, just kind of holding something up, and you add a couple 100 pounds of man's weight on top of it, and that could be enough just to make it go ahead and drop down in there. So we're going to go ahead and clean this mess out. What I can clean out of it, I see there's a lot of dirt in there, but we're going to clean what we can clean out of it, and we're going to carry on. So that'll be it for right now. What I do here is I dig it all the way up back to the where I can see where I need to tie it in because I don't know what somebody else done. And I barely did touch the end of that pipe there and it snapped off. So there's a possibility it was already cracked to start with because it shouldn't have snapped off that easy. But we're gonna get it all the way back to the rubber boot here where it comes out of the house. And that's cast iron up under there. That's what that is, cast iron. So when we start back, we're gonna have to tie back into that cast iron. And that stuff ain't, once it gets over so old, as far as age-wise, it's bad news. Especially if you're dealing with sore septic, it causes the inside of the pipe to rust up. And it's kind of like trying to slide paper down an alligator back if you get an idea of what that would look like. It's real rough. It's not smooth like the inside of PVC. But there's nothing I can do about that. You'd have to go up under the house and replumb it. And we're not out here to do all that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around to the other side over there where the actual sewer line's at. I'm going to get down to the sewer line, and I got to set up a laser out here so I can take a measurement on my pipe coming out of the house and how much fall I can play with over here on the sewer line. So you got to know your numbers before you start, otherwise you get out there and something won't be right. So we got to open that end up, see how much fall I got to play with before I get started. Right now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to locate where the actual, which way the plumbing's coming off of the house there. So let me get a flashlight so I can see inside. So the pipe's going, the coupling is turned. I can look down there and see that the pipe is supposed to be going this way. So it looks like it's pretty deep down there. Looks to be about, let's say about 4.5 foot. But I don't know if this pipe that is plumbing to this house goes up, straight up here and turns. I'm not the one that did the plumbing on it, and it's been years since it's been in there, so I'm gonna have to kind of play around. I don't really want to find it with the end of that machine there. And then I break something and then I got to fix extra stuff. So I want to try to just scrape a little bit at a time until I get down to it. So we're going to dig down a little bit more and we're going to play around right here in this area and we're going to see if we can hit it or get down close to it without hitting it with the machine, breaking the pipe. And if it does crack the pipe, we'll just have to, replace an extra section, but I like to get down to it without doing no damage. down here. And I just like to verify it's running on a pretty good slope too. And it looks like it may be turned on a 90. Possibility. It ain't even hooked up. What is this? Maybe all that mess was hooked up to it. They ain't none of it hooked up here. That looks like this. I thought the front part of the building over there is hooked into the sewer, but it looks like nothing's hooked in to the sewer. It looks like just a cap. So I might have to call the owner of the property here. That's what it is. That's why I couldn't find the sewer line further over here when I was looking for the sewer line, probing for it. I couldn't find it because they've never been tied into it before. So the whole time they got an old property here that's old, and then about 30 foot from the end down here they got a new building that was built on a concrete slab. So that's why we were thinking that the new part was tied into the sewer, because she said they weren't really having any problems on that end over there. But it looks like there's nothing tied to the sewer. Looks like it's never been tied into before. We don't have to worry about checking the fall on it. I mean, because we got plenty of fall down here on the end. So we're gonna get out. We're gonna recuperate here and figure out what we're gonna do. Is we got about 40 foot from here to the first turn down there. So I'm gonna give it a 1/4 inch fall per foot. And what that's going to equate to is about 10 inches by the time I get down on that end. So I ain't going to just go here and dig my ditch out any kind of way. I'm going to try to dig it out on the right grade so I don't have to come back and put a whole lot of fluff stuff up under it. So we'll get started with digging the trench out. About 10 foot from there to here. So that would give me about 2 inches, 2.5 inches fall from where I'm at. And then I would go ahead and move my laser to 4, 6.5, and that's where I'm going to start at. I'm going to get my laser down to where I got my laser set right here, and this will be my starting point on this corner. And then I'm going to measure it from here to that end, and every so many feet I'm going to drop the laser. I'm going to just keep that on going. All right, so what we got going on here is we've dug the trench on grade all the way from around the other side of the property where it came out. We've given it about 1/4 inch every foot. So we've made it around here to the actual sewer tap, and we're going to be roughly close to 100 foot. So 40 foot, we gave it about 10 inches. 80 foot would be about 20 inches. And then we got another 20 foot or so. We'd give it about an inch per foot. So inch per 4 foot, let me correct myself. Not an inch per foot, an inch every 4 foot. So that would be about 5 more inches. So in total, from around the back side over there, we're going to be about 25 inches drop from where it actually comes out of the house to where it ties in the sewer line. We're going to put a couple of different clean out points. Every time we make a turn, we're going to put a clean out up there in the front, where just in case, it's not real hard to get a blockage unless somebody's flushing baby wipes or something that grease or something they ain't supposed to be flushing down the drain anyway. But if they were to get a blockage, it's easy to get it out. We're going to cut back and we're going to put all the pipe in. We're going to put it in with sand. We're not going to use any grass or any roots or anything like that up under the pipe. We're going to have it where it's not going to bow over time as the water gets, as the ground gets saturated with water. We don't want our pipe sagging down. So we try not to over dig it. That's one thing that'll help your pipe from not sagging, is if you don't over dig your trench. Best to get as close as you want it, and then come back if you need to scrape a little bit off of it, do it with a shovel and a rake, so you don't have that problem. So what we're going to do here is just finish the rest of it up with a shovel, and we'll come back and let you see the rest of it. Get on that side. All right, so what I got going on here is I didn't want to tear up her little walkway there. So I've reached to the other side and I've dug up under there as far as I can dig with the machine. And what I'm going to do is just make me a little trench up under here. And I'm going to get to the other side, and then I'm going to slide my pipe in it. We'll just check both sides with the laser. I should be getting close to the other side where I stopped digging. We're just going to slide a 4-inch pipe in there. The hole ain't got to be that big. And there's the other side. I can feel it. Yep. You just want to make sure you're still coming downhill. You get up under there. You don't want to have no bow in your pipe. And I'm going to take the laser. When I come back and set that pipe, I'm going to check it all when I set it. If I need to add some, I can add a little. If I need to take a little away, I'll take a little away. But for now, I saved having to tear that concrete up. And I ain't out here with no 5 or 6 people. It's just me out here putting this line in. And I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna cover it back up, just one man. So. So what I want to do here, when I first get started running back with the line, drain line, sewer line, I want to get me a good set point here, and I want to use pure sand. I don't want no roots. I don't want no grass. I don't want nothing but sand. And I'm gonna come back with my machine with some good clean sand and fill around it and pack it in good, but I need to get me a starting point here coming from the house where I'm gonna make my turn at. And I've already set my laser where I want it to be, which gives me about a little over an inch of fall from the house to where I'm at right now, which is about 9 foot. This is pretty good sand here that I dug back up out of that ditch, minus the grass. And it don't matter how much sand you put around the outside edge of it, if it's not under the bottom, it ain't doing you any good. You can pack all you want to on the side. You got to have it where when that weight gets on it, the pipe's not going to move. Right now I got it just a tad high. I'll stomp it just a little bit to get it to go down where I want it. And that's about where I want it to start with. All right, so we're going to continue to give it a 1/4 inch of fall per foot, which is about an inch every 4 foot, until we get down there to the end of this ditch down here. We're gonna go through there and I'm gonna grade it out a little bit better with the shovel. I got it dug on about the right grade, but there's some fine tuning I had to do here and there. I didn't dig it on you